Man, the world of AI is moving so fast, it's almost impossible to keep up. I mean, it's giving us all whiplash, right? In just the last week alone, we've seen brand new tools that can build an app for you in seconds. We've seen these massive leaps in hardware and a really intense debate about whether this whole thing is just a bubble. So let's try and make some sense of all this chaos. So let me just ask you this straight up. How fast is the world of AI actually moving? It feels like this constant blur of announcements, doesn't it? But, if you just take a breath and look at what's happened in the last few days, well, the pace is it's genuinely staggering. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We are going to review the incredible breakthroughs from just the past week. We're talking everything from tools that literally write their own code to these huge industry shakeups that are completely changing the game. Okay, first up, AI that builds stuff for you. Now, you've probably heard about AI agents that can, browse the web or whatever. But Google just dropped something that takes this to a whole new level. It's a tool called Vibe Coder, and it can build an entire application for you just from a simple idea. And the way it works is, well, it's almost absurdly simple. You just type out what you want in plain English. That's step one. Then, the AI, it just builds all the code right there in front of you. And then boom, you can instantly deploy a working app. You're basically turning a thought into a shareable product in just a few moments. It's wild. And the speed? Get this. They showed it building a mobile wallpaper generator, where you just describe a vibe and it spits out 4 images in just 78 seconds. 78 seconds. That is absolutely nuts. And they're not even stopping there. They're already planning to add more complex stuff like databases and user logins. Okay, but all of this incredible software, it needs some seriously powerful hardware to run on, right? So let's shift gears and look at the physical side of this revolution. We're talking about the new chips and robots that are literally bringing AI into the real world. And on the robotics front, you just have to see this demo from Unitree. Their new humanoid robot, the H2, it just showcases these stunning advances in physical agility. I mean, this isn't just some lab experiment anymore. This is a real product, and it shows just how much AI is gaining a physical presence in our world. And then on the chip side of things, Apple just announced its new M5 chip, and wow, the jump in performance is just staggering. The M5 delivers over 4 times the peak AI processing power of the M4. This is a huge, huge deal. Why? Because it means running these incredibly powerful AI models directly on your device. No cloud needed. So where's all this new power going? Well, Apple is putting the M5 into 3 key products: the 14-inch MacBook Pro, the iPad Pro, and of course, the Apple Vision Pro. It's pretty clear they are laying down the hardware groundwork for a massive push into AI. So, we've got all this powerful new hardware hitting the market. The big question is, what's it going to be used for? Well, all eyes are on the next generation of AI models. And, the rumors suggest we are about to see another major, major leap forward. Yeah, the rumor mill is buzzing right now, specifically about something called Gemini 3.0. So models that are believed to be this next generation have started popping up under these cool code names like Orion Mist and LithiumFlow. So what's the big deal? Well, they're reportedly state-of-the-art at generating really complex visuals. We're talking scalable vector graphics and even 3D models, all from a simple text prompt. And it's not just Google who's pushing these boundaries. Tencent recently open-sourced a model called Haiyan World. And what these are world simulation models. It's AI that can essentially build and understand these complex 3D environments from simple text inputs. It's moving us closer to creating entire virtual worlds just on demand. Okay, so with all this mind-bendingly rapid progress, it's really easy to get carried away, right? But that brings us to a really important, high-stakes debate that's happening right now in Silicon Valley. And the question is, are we in a bubble? Are we just overhyping the current state of AI? On one side of this debate, you've got absolute heavyweights like Andrej Karpathy, who was a founding member of OpenAI. And his argument is, well, it's pretty provocative. He's basically saying that today's large language models, LLMs, are fundamentally flawed. He says they don't work yet. They're cognitively lacking. They can't use tools like computers, and they don't remember basic things you tell them without a ton of engineering and handholding from developers. He goes on to describe their knowledge as just a hazy recollection of the internet, a compressed blur. From his perspective, this means they're brilliant mimics, sure, but they really struggle to generate truly new ideas that aren't just, remixes of what they've already seen online. But just as that debate about the current state of AI was swirling, an announcement came out of left field from a completely different area of science, one that could eventually rewrite all the rules. And I'm talking about quantum computing. Google announced that their Willow quantum chip ran a new algorithm, wait for it, an incredible 13,000 times faster than a top-tier classical supercomputer. Now, let's be clear, this is for a very specific, very complex kind of problem. But this isn't a small step. This is a monumental leap in computational power. And the reaction was immediately split right down the middle. You had Google CEO Sundar Pichai calling it a significant step towards things like drug discovery, but then you had prominent skeptics immediately jumping in, calling the results contrived, and saying it's not a real-world advantage, at least not yet. It just goes to show you how high the stakes are and how even these massive breakthroughs are met with some really deep suspicion. All right, so finally, how is all this pressure, the crazy fast breakthroughs, these high-stakes debates, how is it affecting the companies at the very center of it all? Well, let's take a look at Meta, which just announced a major shakeup in its AI division. So Meta is making a huge move here. They're cutting hundreds of roles from their legendary FAIR AI research unit, the one led by one of the godfathers of AI, Jan LeCun. And according to an internal memo, the goal here is to slash bureaucracy and make the entire AI operation faster and more focused. And here's a direct quote from that memo that really explains the thinking. The whole idea is to empower individual researchers so they can have more impact and, crucially, to speed up decisions. I mean, it's a crystal clear signal. In today's AI race, even the giants feel like they need to get leaner and faster just to survive. So that brings us right back to our big question at the beginning. We have tools that can build apps in seconds. We have these intense debates about whether AI is even truly intelligent. We've got quantum leaps forward and massive corporate reorganizations. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Is the AI revolution actually accelerating in a clear direction? Or is it just getting more powerful and maybe more chaotic all at the same time?